Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Waseem here again from Handsome Smiles. Today we're doing a review from the house of Christian Dior. It's going to be from their Le Privé collection, and the fragrance we're reviewing today is called Leather Oud. So Leather Oud was released in 2010. It's classified as a leather, and the nose behind the scent is of course the in-house perfumer at Christian Dior, Francois de Marchy. Let's quickly run through the notes and then we'll talk about what this fragrance smells like. So Leather Oud contains the following notes. You've got vetiver, French labdanum, birch, sandalwood, patchouli, Virginia cedar, beeswax, amber, clove, cardamom, oud, leather, amyris, and the note of civet. If you're not aware of what civet is, it's an animalic note which is used in perfumery, and it's derived from the civet cat. So those were the notes of Leather Oud. But what do we get on our skin when we spray this on? When I spray on Leather Oud initially, I get a very damp, dark, rich opening, which is slightly dirty and very intensely animalic with a very smoky undertone. Now the animalic notes that I'm getting in the opening is undoubtedly the note of the civet, but I'm also getting a muskiness as well, which I believe may be coming from the French labdanum, and the smokiness that I'm getting in the background of this opening of this fragrance is coming from the note of the birch. The opening of this fragrance, like I've said, is damp, it's dark, really rich, and has some slight dirtiness to it as well. When I say dirty, I don't mean fecal, by the way, and it's intensely animalic. And for me, many people will find the opening of this fragrance to be very off-putting. I personally find it very challenging as well. However, you want to stick with the fragrance. As the fragrance develops and dries down on your skin, it's introduced to two main notes which help to ease the dirtiness and the darkness that you get in the opening and the strong animalic nature. And the two notes that you get are the amber and most notably the beeswax. And these two fragrance notes add a lot of smooth, sweet, resinous aspect to the fragrance, really helping to calm down the darkness, the dirtiness and the animalic nature of the opening. In the dry down, I feel like the civet and the musk are now much more eased, and they come across like a beautiful leather. And in addition to the amber, the beeswax and the leather, you also pick up a touch of powderiness and a healthy dose of clove. The note of clove in Leather Oud is a very notable note for me when I'm wearing this scent. Even though the civet and the musk have now eased in the dry down, the animalic nature of this fragrance is still present in the dry down, and for me it intensifies here and there, like pops up now and then. Overall, Leather Oud is a very complex fragrance with a lot of mysterious qualities, a lot of facets, a lot of layers. It's not a fragrance which is just steady. It has a lot of things going on. It is a very complex fragrance in my opinion. However, with the notes of the amber and the beeswax, overall it becomes a very pleasing scent in the dry down. At the start it's a very dark, dirty, animalic fragrance, but when it dries down it becomes a very sweet, very pleasing fragrance with a lot of character. Overall, the dry down, when it does dry down, it comes across to me to be a very luxurious fragrance, and it smells really high class. It's undoubtedly a dirty animalic fragrance, however, and even though in the opening it has a dirtiness to it and an animalic quality, it has a strange sexiness to it as well. And for me, the dirtiness and the sexiness that you get in the opening, and animalic nature, and that sweet resinous smoothness that you get in the dry down. For me, if I was to give you an analogy of this fragrance, I would say that it's like dating a stripper. Now, I've never dated a stripper, and I don't really want to date a stripper, but that's just the kind of analogy that I can give. And that's a bit of a strange analogy to give as well, because I quite like Leather Oud, so it's suggesting I might like to date a stripper, but it's not. I'm just giving a story. Now, imagine dating a stripper compared to like dating a girl next door or dating a princess or a queen. The girl next door, the princess, has like a really lovely, like sweet quality to her, but then dating a stripper is like completely different. There's like a dirty aspect to it as well, but there's an undeniable sexiness as well. That's what I sort of get from Leather Oud. Imagine your stripper girlfriend has just finished her shift and she comes and gives you a hug At the start you're going to get a strange, dirty, slight animalic start of the hug, because she's just been stripping in a strange place. But then you get this undeniably raw sexiness from that stripper as well, and as she's hugging you, in the end you're going to get some sweetness as well, because at the end of the day she's your girlfriend, so you're going to get some sweetness as well, some lovely sweetness. And that's how I imagine leather oud being. At the start you get some deep, rich dirtiness and a lot of animalicness, but then it dries down and becomes sweeter with the addition of the amber and the beeswax. It becomes a very smooth, sweet fragrance, which is incredibly pleasing. So that's how leather oud smells like. But let's talk about performance. For me, leather oud was a very solid performer. I got 8 to 10 hours of longevity, with projection being excellent in the first 5 hours. After the 5 hour mark, it sits a little bit closer to you. It sits in the moderate range. However, you have a very strong scent cloud around you, and I was able to smell this on me constantly for the whole duration of the scent, which is around 8 to 10 hours. In terms of seasons, I think leather oud is personally suited to colder weather, so I would wear this in the fall and the winter, and it's suited to be an evening time scent. In terms of situations and occasions, due to it smelling so luxurious in the dry down and quite high class, and the complex character of this fragrance, I think it's best suited and only really suited as a formal fragrance. But you could also wear this at home as a fragrance for you to enjoy yourself, due to the deep complexities and the facets and different layers that you get in this fragrance as well. Overall, for me, leather oud gets a score of 4 out of 5. It's a beautiful scent in the dry down, very pleasing. The opening is very animalic, but it's very different and very unique, and you do really enjoy the journey that this fragrance takes you through, and the different notes, the different characters that this fragrance contains as well. It's got solid performance, and overall, the only real negative of this scent is its versatility. I can really only see it being worn as a formal scent. So guys, that was my review of leather oud from Christian Dior. I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have found it useful and helpful, please do leave me a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe as well. It really does help out my channel. So until next time, my friends, see you later.